I've seen the both of you on my TV screens for years, and it really means a lot to me to meet you in person. And I just want to say thank you that I can be here and meet you all. The movie is beautiful, and it's so life-affirming, and I love the message about truly seeing yourself for the first time and being treated as a real human being after experiencing a life-changing event. And I'm sure a lot of people will resonate with that story. I actually think Sunny Dancer could become one of those cult classic coming-of-age movies that people will reference and talk about for years and years. What is a message from a movie that you saw in your childhood or youth that really stuck with you and possibly shaped you in a positive way?
That's a really good question. I think, weirdly, Shrek. I mean, I know that's a really like niche reference, but I don't know. I always go back to that story of being like, you know, someone that's an outsider who's like not seen as human and then sort of becomes more human and like, you know, what does it even mean to be human, and who we sort of decide who's more human or less human? I don't know. I just really love that film and that message.
For me, it's a film called Tomboy by Celine Sciamma.
Oh, yeah.
I like watched that for the first time when I was probably like 13 and watched that and was like, it's the first time I'd sort of seen my experience and like myself really like on screen. I'm like, that's me, and that was so formative. And I remember rewatching it again. Like as I get older, I like rewatch it every so often and like I relate to it and like understand it in like a new way as I mature and as I get older, and like but still have that magic of like the first time seeing like myself on screen. I think it's so powerful, and it made me realize like how important it is that everybody can see themselves represented on screen somewhere.
First of all, I just have to say that it's so cool that you said that you think this would turn into that kind of
Absolutely.
movie.
Yeah.
Because I know that George was like wanting that, and I totally appreciate it. Because trying to make that kind of movie, a seminal movie that you can watch over and over, that really doesn't have anything to do with cancer, and yet it's a movie about a camp where kids have had cancer, that's great, right? It's not a single thing you watched it, you learned a thing, you took the lesson away, and then you came, but it's like a fun movie to be a part of.
Yeah.
I liked The Goonies when I was growing up. And I felt like Mikey, the lead kid, and it was like a big escape room, and I love escape rooms, and I sort of liked that at the end of that movie, they had to band together as like a chosen family of friends and succeed against the big organization mafia crime boss at the time. But I don't know, I loved Goonies.
Love that. There's this beautiful scene in the movie where all the kids kind of joke around and have this bonding experience, and your character says something along the lines of, here I can just be Ivy, and I'm not Ivy, the kid with cancer. And being actors, it must be a really unique kind of situation. And is there something, being an actor, that only actors can really feel and get, that people outside this world maybe don't really understand?
What a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I think the process of making a film is so technical and weird. And when you're not on a set, you really don't know what that means. And most people that aren't in the industry never really get an opportunity to stand on set and watch it happen. But you're in a very quiet environment with a crew of people who are kind of quiet when the actors are there. And you're doing the same thing over and over and over. And we had scenes where it was like an emotional scene across a desk, and you as a human are aware that there's a big camera that's capturing very specific facial expressions, and yet you can't be aware of it. You have to remove yourself from the technical in order to experience sort of the emotional. And I find that like profoundly challenging. I'm too aware of like where the lights are and like how is this different than the last? And it's a real gift that George Jakes provided for us, because he created an environment and a space where I felt very comfortable to fail, to try, to be myself in an environment that was anything but normal.
I second all of that. I also think it's a very unique experience to watch yourself experiencing an emotion, or like going on some sort of emotional journey. Even if, like, you're watching yourself as a character, sure, but like it's still you. You know what I mean? And so I think it's a very unique experience to be able to one, feel all of that, but then to watch that in a room of people who are also watching it, but who are watching you feel something real, like is so, because when you are feeling those things, like when you are acting, you kind of, it's pretending, but you are feeling it for real, sort of at the time. And so it's just so mad to then watch that with a room of people who hopefully are relating and are feeling the same thing, but not quite in the same way that you felt it. Because I don't know, I just think it's such a weird little niche of being an actor that like not everyone watches their stuff back, but if you do, I just think it's like so bizarre. Like if you step back to be like, yeah.
I love hearing that.
Not many people get to
Do that.
like have others watch them crying, or have others watch them
falling
being
in love
manic or something. Yeah,
exactly.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I think that's my time. Thank you so much. I really, really love the movie, and I hope you have all the success in the world. Just a quick shout out. I loved you in Time.
Oh, thank you.
I saw that a couple of weeks ago, and it wrecked me in the best possible way. And I loved you in Dexter Resurrection. It was one of my favorite shows last year, and loved seeing you being a completely different person.
True, very true.
So
Thank you so much.
Thank you.